I'm Jake Paul from Bizarre Bar, and you're watching
Curtis Connor.
Oh, no looker. First ever. Oh.
Curtis Connor.
Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? How's it going? And if you're coming back, what's up? How's it going? It's really good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. You see what happens when you subscribe to my channel? You get an extra greeting. So do it. Folks! All right, Disney fans. Cover your Mickey Mouse ears. I'm about to get controversial. Not really. That's not what this video is going to be. I just kind of wanted to make that Mickey Mouse ears joke. So we all know Disney, right? The multi-billion-dollar entertainment company started by a man named Walt Disney in the 1920s that's responsible for some of the most popular iconic movies of all time. They own Pixar and Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm and 21st Century Fox and pretty much everything else at Disney. Disney films actually played a huge role in my childhood, and I'm sure they played a huge role in yours as well. I had an extensive VHS collection of all the old animated Disney movies, and I would watch Fox and the Hound like every other day, dude. Cried every time. And I also went to Disney World in Florida when I was 3 years old, and I don't remember a second of it. I don't remember anything of it at all, because I was 3 years old. So it's a good thing my parents spent all that money. And I'll admit it, okay? Disney knows how to make a good movie. Have you seen Minutemen? It's a goddamn masterpiece, okay? That film should be projected on a wall in the Louvre. All right, I Louvre it. And since people hold these Disney movies so close to their hearts, some people really go all out with their admiration for the Walt Disney Company well into their adulthood. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Unfortunately, the only definition I could find for Disney adults was on Urban Dictionary, so apologies in advance. So according to Urban Dictionary, a Disney adult is a millennial adult with or without kids that can't stop talking about Disney, including the movies and the parks. Even if they do have kids, they're still way more obsessed with it than their kids ever would be. They probably engage in casual Disney bounding, which we'll talk about later, and visit the theme parks at least once a year. They're obsessed with everything Disney and probably have a Mickey Mouse bumper sticker and or tattoo. One of the most terrifyingly intense people you'll ever encounter. Okay. Now that's a problem with Urban Dictionary. No one can just give a definition, you know? They always have to like throw their own opinion in there at the end. Could you imagine if like Webster's Dictionary did that? You look up the definition of peanut and it says, the oval seed of a South American plant, widely roasted and salted and eaten as a snack. I don't like them. I'm allergic. But you can get the general public's opinion based on that definition alone. People just think Disney adults are weird and cringy. And a few years ago, I for sure would have made a video just, roasting these people, goofing on them. Because, silly adult, Disney for kids. But dude, I'm 27, I'm an adult. I feel like instead of just making fun of something I don't understand, it's better for me to just try to understand it and then make fun of it. Because I'll admit it, some Disney adults do weird things. Like here's a hypothetical thing a Disney adult might do. Like maybe they'll make a TikTok about trying all the water from inside the park and they'll grade it 1 to 10 and they'll include all the gross fountains with pennies in it and rivers and shit. And then they'll get banned from Disney because obviously that's the weirdest thing you could ever do. That's just a thing that might happen, but no one would actually ever do that, right? It'd be insane.
I just got banned by Disney.
So folks, today we are going to take a close look at the world of Disney adults, and I'm going to try my best to understand why they do the things that they do. Disclaimer, if you are a Disney adult, please don't get mad at me. Fair warning, I might take the piss out of it a little bit in this video because I still want this to be a little funny. But at the end of the day, seriously, I just want to learn. I just want to see what all the fuss is about, okay? So without further ado, let's see what's up. Like the movie. Okay, so when you search Disney adults on Google Trends, pretty stagnant up until about September 2009, which is actually right around the time where Disney acquired Marvel Entertainment. So my guess is that articles were using the term Disney and the word adults like more often than usual when they were writing about this. So it's a little tough to find the actual origin of the term Disney adult, but I mean, pretty obvious as adults. What else do you call adults obsessed with Disney, right? Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Losers, I'm kidding. Obviously, Disney movies aren't just for kids, I know that. Don't look up Disney adult films though, that's probably a bad idea. Or maybe it's a good idea. Who knows? Most Disney movies actually include jokes that only adults will understand, Like this one.
I have over 30 accessories and I deserve more respect.
Ah, that's better.
Hey, no one takes my wife's mouth except me.
Mr. Potato Head? More like Mr. Potato Getting Head. But those jokes aside, I feel like Disney movies are just good, except for Cars 2, which was great. Disney knows how to tell a good story, and they really know how to tackle these emotional and complex issues and ideas. Even when there aren't any humans in the actual movie, their stories are always very human. And we can all relate to them, which is genius because it appeals to kids because it's silly, goofy, it's bright, it's nice to look at. But it also appeals to the adults who are the ones that are going to be spending the money on movie tickets and streaming service subscriptions and t-shirts and action figures and lightsabers and cruise ship vacations and theme park tickets and just fucking everything else that Disney sells. But when it comes to Disney parks, I'm sure the parents are down to go too, right? Because it's like, yeah, sure, my kids get to go play on the rides. I liked the movies as well. And also they have beer there. So I'll get a little buzz. And then maybe I'll get a little buzz. Like, could you imagine if any other weird, kids content channels on YouTube started a theme park? Fucking Johnny Land? Yeah, like anybody would ever go to a Spider-Man and Elsa theme park. Oh, wait. People don't really have an issue with parents going to Disneyland with their kids, but when an adult who doesn't have kids goes to Disney every week, they dress up for it, they have Disney memorabilia, and their whole life revolves around Disney, that's what people seem to have a problem with. And obviously, the main group of people who are Disney adults are millennials. And you know what? Especially in the last year or two, the hate towards millennials has been pretty gnarly. Deserved though. I'm a millennial. I'm not proud of it. I'm trying to quit. And it is extremely millennial or chuggy to be a Disney adult. Honestly, dude, the lengths these Disney adults go to show their love for Disney is honestly pretty impressive. For example, there's this thing called Disney bounding that we heard about in the definition, where people will take inspiration from a certain Disney character and incorporate that into their outfit that they wear to a Disney park. So say you want to dress up like Goofy. Maybe you throw on an orange shirt and a yellow cardigan and a green hat, and there you go, dude. You look goofy as hell in a nice way. They have to do subtle costumes because obviously if you pull up to a Disney park in a full Sully fursuit, some little kid's gonna be like, oh,
you work here because you're dressed up like Sully. Can I get a photo?
And then maybe say,
no, fuck off, kid. I don't want to take a photo.
And that kid cries, and then the parents complain to Disney. So it's a whole thing. No furries at Disney, I guess. And dude, I get why people poke fun at this stuff. I understand. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I've never, thought this was a silly thing to do. But honestly, man, looking at it now, whatever floats your boat. Or whatever touches your butt. When I see photos and videos of Disney adults at Disney, I don't think I've ever achieved that level of happiness, right? What's that like? What is that like? They're way happier than I will ever be. And it's not hurting anybody. Or is it? There is a bunch of criticisms towards Disney adults. So I figured we'd go over the main 3 that I think people have against them and see if they're warranted. Number 1. Devoting your life to a corporation. There are people out there who think it's a little odd to devote so much of your life and identity to one of the biggest corporations in the world. And some could go as far as, saying the very concept of Disney adults could be pulled right out of a dystopian sci-fi novel. And honestly, I can see where they're coming from a little bit. There's something almost Orwellian about a group of people buying everything related to a corporation, dressing like the characters, getting engaged at the company's theme park, and sort of forming a symbiotic relationship with a business. Orwellian is a word. I had to Google to make sure. But again, I'm trying to be as open-minded as I can. This isn't my cup of tea, but if it makes someone happy, who am I to say it's bad, right? If there was a Legend of Zelda theme park by my house, I'd go every single day, okay? So I get it. Criticism number 2, Disney's problematic past and present, and future, probably. So when you're a corporation as big as Disney, you're going to get caught up in a few scandals. I think it's inevitable. You don't become one of the biggest companies in the world without a complete lack of business ethics. Let's go over just a few controversies that Disney has had. They've used countless offensive stereotypes and imagery in their movies over the years. A total of 29 animals died either on the way to Disney's Animal Kingdom or while they were there. Pixar's John Lasseter was accused several times of sexual harassment over the course of more than a decade. A 4-year-old who died of leukemia was a huge Spider-Man fan, and his father wanted to put Spider-Man on his dead son's headstone, but Disney refused, stating that its denial would help preserve the innocence and magic of its characters. And oh yeah, Disney tried to trademark the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, the holiday. They tried trademarking that because Pixar was working on a movie that featured the holiday, and they wanted to sell Day of the Dead themed merchandise. Disney tried to trademark a fucking holiday. Hey, I know you've been celebrating Day of the Dead for thousands of years, and it's really important, personally and culturally, but how much? Aww. Can Can I have it? I want to make a t-shirt. And of course, there's that whole thing about Walt Disney being anti-Semitic and how he froze himself, and then Disney made the movie Frozen, so when people search Walt Disney Frozen, the movie pops up instead of articles about Walt Disney being frozen. In The Lion King, there's the sex written in the stars. And there's also this weird clip from Aladdin.
Good, can you just take off the coat?
There's the topless woman in the background of that one scene in The Rescuers, the penis on the Little Mermaid cover, and the hard penis in the Little Mermaid marriage scene. There's a lot. And all of this is terrible, I know, but the worst thing Disney has ever done is this.
Oh, hey, Dixie and Noah.
Hey, Disney Parks TikTok.
While we have you here, we just have to know, what is your favorite Disney Park snack?
Mine's probably the spicy pickle.
Mine's gotta be the Frosty Parfait.
No cap. See you real soon.
Bye.
No cap.
Obviously, like, the racism and stuff is worse than that video, but I had to see it, so now you had to see it. And the other main critique is sort of the environmental impact of the Walt Disney Company. When it comes to the parks, Disney is actively like trying to lower the impact and energy consumption of their parks, which is good. You know, they got a whole page about it on their website, but they do produce a lot of plastic and textile waste to make toys and merchandise, and they don't have anything about that on the website. I feel like that's what people are upset about. Like, Disney adult critics don't understand how someone can support a big corporation like that just to have a fun day at a theme park, you know? But really, man, you could say that about anything. Drinking coffee is fucking terrible for the environment. Am I gonna stop? Absolutely not. No fucking chance, man. I like the way it makes me feel. Am I a shitty person for that? I honestly don't think so. Also, Disney owns fucking everything, so it's inevitable, okay? You're gonna be supporting them some way. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism, so you might as well just let people enjoy the things that they like, right? Unless it's like clubbing seals. You know what I mean? Clubbing with seal, that'd be pretty fun. Okay, so now we have like the surface level definition of Disney adults and the main criticisms, but I think it's time we go a little deeper. Okay, so I needed a way to structure all the things that I wanted to talk about in this video. So I made this Disney adult iceberg. If you aren't familiar with the iceberg format, it's like basic level stuff, like surface level stuff at the top, right? The further you go down, the more extreme it gets. Fucking everybody's doing kickflips at the bottom. It's fucking extreme. So we'll start at the top, you know, very basic Disney adult stuff. And then we'll go all the way to the bottom, and we'll see how much we can take. So the first one I put, watched Disney movies growing up and watches the occasional Pixar film. I feel like this is like very like base level of being an adult who enjoys Disney. I think I would put myself in this category because I like the Disney movies and I watch the occasional new Pixar film. I've also seen every single MCU movie, and Marvel's owned by Disney, so I guess I'm a fucking Disney adult in that sense. Dang, comic book nerds. Sorry. You're Disney adults, unless you like DC. Maybe that stands for Disney Comics, who knows? Okay, so next level deeper, we got sees every single Disney movie, goes to the park every few years, has a pair of Mickey Mouse ears but doesn't wear them. I think this is like the natural progression. You know, this person is on like the outskirts of becoming a Disney adult, but never like actually made the commitment. I just picture them like behind a chain link fence being like, that should be me. And one level deeper, now we're starting to get into like muddy waters, I guess you could say. For this next level, I put goes to the park as much as possible, has at least one Disney themed tattoo, might even have a Disney Instagram account. And I'd say this is the cutoff of like casual Disney fan and like full on Disney adult. And we're only at the halfway point. So that's, I should fucking tell you something right there. And I feel like this level of the iceberg makes up the majority. They either have the fucking Disney Castle outline, Tinkerbell, or the Mickey Mouse logo tattooed. For sure, one of those. I mean, if you got these tattoos, no shade or anything. Well, actually, no, there might be shading on the tattoo, but no tea. How about that? Unless you got the teapot tattoo from Beauty and the Beast. No offense. I'm in absolutely zero position to be judging anybody's tattoos. But yeah, maybe this person also has a Disney-themed Instagram account, like a side one maybe, or maybe just post Disney-themed stuff on their main Instagram account. Photos in front of the castle, all that shit. All right, now we're in the bottom half. This is where it starts to get a little spicy, and I'll be spending more time on these levels going forward because there's just more I have to cover within them. So this next level, I labeled it Die Hard Disney Fan. Cosplays in their spare time and Disney bounds at the parks. Has a cat named Simba for sure. So I think this level is like the exaggerated, like stereotypical person that you would picture in your head when someone says Disney adult. Like dudes in this category totally take selfies like this. I also imagine people in this level also want to be cast members at Disney. And how the fuck have we not talked about this yet? Let's talk about this yet. Employees at Disney parks are called cast members. Ooh. From Monsters, Inc. Bro, I fucking hate when companies do shit like that. They give you this special title to make you seem like you're super important, but they literally do not give a fuck about you at all. Yeah, maybe I am projecting because I used to work at Starbucks and they called us partners, which is just so goddamn disrespectful. Am I fighting crime at work? No. I'm getting bullied by a tween. I'm an employee. Literally, you're just a number to them. Dude, I literally had a partner number when I worked at Starbucks. It was like 171219 or something because I was like the 170,000th person that got a job there. But yeah, for sure, Starbucks, I'm special. Sorry, back to the iceberg. That was my impression of the Titanic. Let's get back to the thing. Okay, so this next level is where I start to feel a little odd about Disney adults. All the other stuff, it's fine, whatever. But these next two levels are just very weird. To me, Disney wedding and honeymoon spends every anniversary at the park but doesn't have any kids. I'm sorry, dude. I know everyone has their taste, but I just think spending 25 grand to get married in front of the Tower of Terror, it's a little weird. And that's just the venue rental fee, by the way. It's gonna be way more. I just think if you have that kind of money to do a huge wedding at Disney, simply don't do a huge wedding at Disney, right? Go somewhere beautiful. Don't go to Orlando. What the fuck are you doing? Again, people can do whatever they want with their money and they can do whatever the hell they want on their wedding day. Personally, I wouldn't want to get married in the same place some little brat pissed his fucking sweatpants and puked up a bunch of cotton candy only hours earlier. Don't get married at a place where cargo shorts are the main garment of choice. How about that? Dude, it would also suck way more if you got divorced after a Disney wedding, bro. You wouldn't even be able to watch a Star Wars movie without being reminded of your ex-wife.
Anakin, may the Force be with you.
Divorce? And also, dude, a Disney honeymoon seems like a nightmare to me. Honeymoon's supposed to be like nice and relaxing and straight up, it's just a sex holiday, right? That's what honeymoons are. A place you go and you bone, right? But I don't think there's anything that makes you want to have sex less than being surrounded by a bunch of screaming, crying children all day. Oh, so that's what'll happen if we... Okay, yeah, let's get separate rooms. But folks, that's not even the worst of it. There is one final level to this Disney adult iceberg. This is the deepest it goes, to my knowledge, and to me, this is the weirdest thing a Disney adult can do. Completely consumed by Disney. They live on Disney property, they go to the park every single day, they live to serve their merciless god, Mickey Mouse. So this is actually what made me want to talk about Disney adults in a video, because I found some on YouTube that was just so fucking crazy to me that I had to share it with people if you didn't know about it. There is a neighborhood called Golden Oak that is described as an upscale residential community within the Walt Disney World Resort in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. So yeah, if you love Disney, what's better than living right beside the park? Living inside the park.
This is Golden Oak, an Imagineer-designed community of homes built by Disney within the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida.
Is that not fucking crazy to you? Why would you do that? It's just like the point I made when I was talking about the wedding. These homes are like in the millions. They're from like 2 million to like 10 million. And if you have that sort of money to buy a house, why the fuck would you get one inside of an amusement park? You goofball. The worst thing about it, dude, the houses aren't even that nice. Because you know why? They're all fucking Disney themed. Of course! I found one YouTube channel that they're like moving into this neighborhood and they're kind of like vlogging their whole process. And they made a video about when they were like touring different houses. So let's take a look at some clips from that video.
So we were able to film the outside, and every single house has these gold plaques that say like the family's name on them, and they're all custom made when the family moves in. And I feel like all of the details like that are what make that neighborhood.
Seems like a cult, okay.
In the house though, there was all these touches from, you know, the Mickey fountain outside and all of the Mickey details in the railing and the chandeliers that were shaped like fireworks.
Bro, that's so ugly. I'm sorry, that's hideous. Could you imagine just cut to the bathroom and she was like, yeah, there's the Mickey Mouse bidet. It's actually just a man in a Mickey Mouse outfit. He's kind of just spits water into your asshole. But don't worry. He's a cast member. Like, these houses are just like the most sad mom on Pinterest houses you could possibly find. It's just all white walls, white floors, snow white, white ceilings. Like, everything is just white. And I'm gonna take a guess and say that the neighborhood is as well. Let's keep going.
These houses are like next level, but not like Disney paraphernalia and Disney like kind of threw up on it, like classy Disney.
Yeah, that's my fucking favorite shot in the whole video. Yeah, it's not like in your face or anything. It's classy. It's classy Disney. You see this fucking Woody on your ceiling? Classy.
Classy Disney. There was an elevator, and the glass at the back of the elevator was all of the Beauty and the Beast stained glass theme. It was exceptionally gorgeous.
I honestly, I can't fucking believe this. Like, this seems like a bit. Like, they're doing a weird, sketch. Like, a really, high-level, satirical, commentary on, capitalism and consumerism. But it's real, man. It's fucking real life. God, I hope you guys are as weirded out as I am, or I'm gonna feel like an asshole. This is just way overboard to me. Like I said earlier, if there was a Legend of Zelda theme park, I'd go there all the fucking time. But if this house was Zelda themed, I wouldn't like Zelda anymore. But anyways, the girl making this video, she's commentating throughout the whole thing. You know, she's talking about the house and everything she saw and stuff. And she seems nice, right? But there's this one clip at the end, and I think it totally describes the type of person who would want to move into Golden Oak.
I wanted to share that with you guys. If you ever have a big goal that you want to achieve, go freaking check it out. Go look at it in person. If you want to, I don't know, move to Hawaii, go visit Hawaii. Go see it. It'll make the dream that much more real. And that's what I told Andre.
Oh, doi. Oof, it's that easy, huh? I never really thought of it like that. You know, I've always thought it'd be cool to sort of fly around, you know, be able to fly, take to the skies, if you will. Maybe I should just jump off of my roof, start flapping my arms and see what happens. I don't want to make an assumption about this person, but I don't know, dude. When you hear people say shit like that, you know they're just so far removed from the real world. People can't just go to Hawaii, man. People also can't just drop $10 million on a house inside of a theme park. I can't believe that's a sentence I just said. I don't know, dude. I just think the whole concept of living inside a gated community inside of a theme park that was created by Walt Disney, it's just really scary to me, and I don't like it. Could you imagine living in a fucking Spike TV house?
Can you fart so hard your balls explode?
Okay, never mind. That'd be tight. But the Disney house in the Disney park, it's too far for me. The House of Mouse was a show, not a suggestion. But you know what? I think we've taken a pretty good look at all the different levels of Disney adults. But this is just from my perspective, you know, an outsider looking in. You know, if I'm going to truly understand Disney adults, I need to talk to one face to face. So let's go do that. Come on. Come on. Live, it's Saturday night, or maybe not. There's a good chance you're watching this on literally any other night of the week, or it could be during the day, I don't know. Starring Curtis Connor. This is the talk show where we learn all things Disney adult. It's Disney on Ice. Hello everyone, welcome to Disney on Ice. No affiliation with Disney on Ice. I'll be honest, this is just a crazy coincidence, okay? For legal reasons, I will say I had no idea that a name existed. All right, this, of course, is a show where we sit down, we talk to a real-life Disney adult and find out what they're all about, you know? Because I could blab about it all day, but, you know, I think it's better if we hear it from the horse's mouth. That's right, give it up, everyone, for the horse from Tangled.
Yeah, I'm not the horse from Tangled. I'm Isaac.
Oh, sorry, Isaac. Sorry, folks. That's next week's episode. Well, you'll have to tune in for that. Studio audience, give it up for Isaac. Give it up. Wow. You know, they're expecting the horse, but this is even better.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if you can tell I'm wearing a Camp Rock t-shirt to celebrate Disney.
Oh, much respect. Demi Lovato's big break in the DCOM world.
So yeah, I guess really quick, if you, for the people at home who aren't familiar with you or what you do you want to give a brief description of what you're all about, I suppose?
Sure. So over the last 5 years or so, I've been making videos about Disney. I started off making videos about Star Wars, and slowly over time I realized there was a big opportunity. There wasn't a lot of people talking about Disney feature animation and Pixar, and now I talk about DreamWorks as well. And so I break down different characters and theories and different plot holes to try to appreciate and spread the magic of Disney as much as I can through my content.
You nailed it. What is it about Disney in particular that kind of keeps, making you come back? What sort of keeps you attracted to, well, not attracted to, that's the wrong word. What keeps you coming back to Disney?
I think the thing about Disney for me is that it was something that I always grew up with, and I've kind of grown to appreciate it more as I've gotten older. Whereas when I was young, I appreciated the movies and the theme parks mainly just because of I just liked all of the characters and how bright it was and exciting the stories became, especially at the 90s with all the dark villains. And with the theme parks, it was always so fun with all of the rides, and it felt so immersive. And now that I'm an adult, I can appreciate them more because I get to see the artistry behind it all. And I get to understand where that's coming from and how it can be able to resonate with people all around the world.
I actually found out about you through a video that you made. It was sort of in response to a podcast by Wisecrack. They did an episode about, they were talking about Disney adults, and their take was, I assume it's like a comedy podcast, but the take seemed pretty lazy to me. It was just like, they're just idiots. They need to grow up. They need to be sad like I am. Come on. Yeah, do you kind of want to go like briefly over like their main points and like what you had to say against them?
Their focus around the idea that Disney adults were kind of this weird thing that was kind of gross. These people that kind of just, mainly focused on the parks specifically, was just that why are these young people coming to the parks and taking away experiences from younger people?
I don't know, like if I was a parent, let's say, and I'm taking my kids to Disney, and we had to wait to get on a ride because a bunch of 37-year-olds are all like getting emotional to get on the teacups or whatever. I'm just a little pissed. I'm like, hey, you had your shot at childhood. Get out of the way right now.
And they just kind of used a lot of language that made it seem like it was something like really harmful to society, or was a complete waste of time, or was kind of like a dangerous type of individual that would engage with Disney as an adult. It kind of riled me up, and so I made like an hour-long response to their discussion about it, pretty much explaining that it seems like, that it was a bad take, that they went with a really dark extreme of examining it.
Yeah, it was they like painted Disney adults out to be these like ghouls, like weird people you should be like afraid of. You don't seem like a dangerous person to me. And that's a compliment. You seem like a very sweet person.
Oh, thank you.
Piggybacking off of that a little bit, in sort of Disney adults and like Disney fandom, do you think some people take it a little too far? Have you ever seen like a Disney fan and you're like, whoa, okay, hold up, Or have you always just been like, that's all good,
The ways that I'm like, I don't necessarily know if I would want to do that are just kind of things that I just wouldn't do in general. For example, like people will get tattoos of like Disney characters on themselves, and I'm like, oh, that's something I'm not interested in, but like I don't have any tattoos. I don't really plan on getting tattoos. So those types of lines are things that I don't necessarily see as like a societal issue or something that's a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't really have an issue with too much of it, but once I found out about Golden Oak, that really weirded me out for some reason. But it's like same thing, if they're happy, sure,
Yeah, and that's just kind of this weird thing. Like the history of Golden Oaks is this thing where like Walt Disney wanted to make a community in Walt Disney World. That was his big idea for his Florida project, was to actually build a experimental community where he could have full control over it. And so then it just kind of like became this project that Disney eventually did, where they made it on property, but then it's kind of like sanctioned off because Disney still wants full control over their property, and it gets weird when there's actually people living there. So it's just this kind of, I can understand that. at that point.
Okay, as we're wrapping up, I think what's one thing that you would want people to learn from my video? Like, what's one like common misconception that people have towards Disney adults that you would want to see people change their mind about?
I think the thing that I would want people to be able to take away about Disney adults is just the idea that, like, appreciating the art that's come out of Disney, whether it be the theme parks or the animated movies or the other properties like Marvel or Star Wars, is just that it's a passion that people have just like any other. I don't think it's wildly different from people going to experience a closed-off, all-inclusive resort. And so I think there's just a lot of parallels. I mean, even the idea of going to a sports game and getting the jersey and getting excited about what you're about to see, and maybe even having season passes, it feels very in line with someone who wears the ears or collects pins or does something like that and wants to go to the theme parks because they live near them, or wants to go because it's a place that means a lot to them in a similar way that people get excited about other things that they care about.
Yeah, that's a great point. People literally start riots in the street when their sports team loses. So
yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a riot started because of like Snow White.
No.
I don't think that's ever happened. Okay, well, that wraps up the first episode of Disney on Ice. Again, no affiliation with Disney on Ice. For legal reasons, I feel like I need to say that. But yeah, thank you so much to Isaac for coming on. The first, maybe the last episode of this segment. Where can people find you?
Best place to find me is on my YouTube channel. It's just my name, Isaac Carlson. So definitely go check it out if you like, discussing about Disney and Disney movies.
All right. Thanks again, Isaac. Thanks for tuning in. And I guess we'll go back to me. Well, what did we learn today? I think we learned Disney adults are people, just like you and me. Who knows why people like the things that they like? Maybe someone's childhood was garbage, so the childlike and carefree environment that Disney portrays is really comforting and makes people feeling that they didn't get to feel when they were a kid, So if that helps them cope with how shitty life can be, I'm all for it, man. Life can fucking suck sometimes. I've also seen a lot of comments in response to people criticizing Disney adults, saying that Disney parks can be a place of comfort and solace for people like on the spectrum. I couldn't find any like studies or articles about that, but I've seen a lot of comments about that from people on the spectrum. So it's not nice to assume stuff unless you live in Golden Oak, then yeah, I'm going to assume stuff.
Classy Disney.
There's videos and photos going around on the internet recently of people crying when Disneyland reopened finally after a year of being closed. And obviously it was just people making fun of them, being like, wait, they gotta grow up. What's wrong with these people, man? Why are they crying?
Bunch of losers, if you ask me.
And like, I don't know, man. I feel like these are trying times. These are special circumstances, right? We've all been inside for the past year. People have like lost loved ones. They've lost their fucking jobs. I'd cry too if I was allowed to go to a theme park. Oh my God, that seems like a dream. Yeah, and speaking of like losing jobs, those crying people could be cast members, that are finally getting their job back. And that can be life-changing, obviously. It's emotional. Or maybe they lived in Golden Oak and they were homeless for a year because they weren't allowed inside the park. I don't know.
Classy Disney.
But in conclusion, Disney adults, they're fine. Just leave them alone unless they live in Golden Oak. Then I guess still leave them alone because it's a gated community. You're not allowed to go in there.
Classy Disney.
But straight up, on the real, I'm getting sort of tired of this Disney Monopoly, okay? Not like a board game. Does that exist? Disney Monopoly? Disney already owns everything, okay? They can't own adults, too. So from this day forward, I am declaring myself a DreamWorks adult. Yeah, Disney, now what? I'm gonna build a Shrek-themed house in Madagascar, and I'm gonna have a Megamind bidet with a Boss Baby portrait in my in-home elevator, and I'll build my own fucking DreamWorks theme park, and I'll have an epic wedding, and the fish from Shark Tale is gonna officiate it. Officiate it. Whoa! Like a fish. Dude, these jokes write themselves. So drop a like if you're also a DreamWorks adult with me, because we gotta fight back. Skadoosh. All right, that video is awesome. But you know what's more awesome? Today's sponsor. Yo, dude, did you hear about that new phone they just dropped? Oh, please. I got a phone drop right here for you. Whoa, hold on. Your phone is still in pristine condition. How? Because this video is sponsored by Rhino Shield. The super durable and stylish phone cases, duh. Oh. Folks, usually phone cases that promise you impact protection are the size and shape of a cinder block, but Rhino Shield cases are stylish with tons of customization options on top of giving you extreme impact protection. Rhino Shield has collaborated on collections with NASA, the NBA, League of Legends, PewDiePie, and many other big names. So you know they're making top quality products, guys. Like I said a few seconds ago, Rhino Shield cases are highly customizable. There are various case styles like the Modular Mod NX case that lets you swap out the back plate so you can switch up designs whenever you want. There's a classic solid suit case and a bunch of others. Also, all phone cases have changeable buttons so you can get the perfect phone case of your dreams. Besides all the awesome collaboration collections, there are hundreds of cool in-house designs available, or you can design your own case with your photos, name, text, whatever the heck you want. Or if you just like to keep it simple, they have tons of sleek, minimalistic cases, like classic black, carbon fiber, leather, and more. So you'll have a case that looks just how you want it. But the coolest part about Rhino Shield is their extreme impact protection. Especially when you pair a Rhino Shield phone case with their 3D impact screen protector, your phone's gonna be tough as nails. And it's also gonna be pretty as nails.
Oh yeah!
Look at me drop this gorgeous phone case on the hard ground all willy-nilly. You see? So it looks brand spanking new. So if you're a klutz or a goof or even just a regular human, you don't have to worry about breaking your phone and spending a bunch of money to get a new one if you drop it on the ground. Thing won't break. This thing won't break. So if this sounds good to you, and I don't know why it wouldn't, click the link in my description and use code Curtis for 20% off in the first 48 hours of this video. And if you use the code Curtis after the first 48 hours of this video, then you get 10% off. So act fast. Thank you to Rhino Shield for sponsoring this video. Hope you guys check them out because you'll not only be getting a great product, but you'll also be helping me out a bunch. So everybody wins here. Okay, thanks so much. Back to me. All right. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please press the like button, because if you press a like, that means you're a DreamWorks adult, and we need more. We need more of you, okay? We need to rally together. It takes teamwork to make the dream works. You can press the subscribe button, because as soon as you press the subscribe button, you become a valued citizen of Curtistown. If you didn't know, Curtistown is the best place to live in the world. It's better than Golden Oak. And I'm the mayor, but you have to be nice to me. It's the law. You can check the description for the other things I do. My Instagram, Twitter, my Twitch, gaming channel, my weekly podcast called Very Really Good. All that stuff is down there. Also, yeah, go check out Isaac's channel. Sweet, sweet, sweet guy. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I would stick around. Trust me, I really would, but I have to go. There is a cast member in my bathroom with a mouthful of water, and I got a dirty butt. Bye-bye.
Classy Disney.